So excited. Guys, how many years have you joined us on Studio Tips? This is like the fourth or fifth year?
No,
5 years.
it's even more than that.
We love these guys, Dr. Mark D'Annunzio and Andy Fricano, sons and daughters of Italy in America. And we're talking about the Italian Festa that's coming up in Pensacola. Always a great time. And you guys always preview it by cooking us some great food.
We love it. We love coming over and promoting our Festa and love cooking food for you guys.
Well, yes.
And the staff.
Well, it works out then because we love eating it. So tell the folks what we're going to work on today, guys.
All right, it's cheese ravioli, and what I want to start off first is the pasta part.
Yes.
And it's a simple recipe.
Let's pay attention.
This is for.
I mean Chelsea. Chelsea needs to pay attention.
This would be for a half. I already have some. So this is a half recipe for the dough or the pasta. It's 1 cup of flour, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of water, and a ½ teaspoon of salt.
4 ingredients.
4 ingredients. Very simple. And you just the first off, you have to combine them all and get it.
So that's all you need.
That's all you need
to make the base for the pasta.
Correct. But it's those 4 ingredients, but it's a lot of work getting it from this stage into the pasta dough stage. So, but the simple ingredients again: 1 cup of flour, 1 egg, a tablespoon of water, and ½ a teaspoon of salt.
Let me ask you this. Type of flour. Do you have a favorite? Does it matter?
All-purpose flour is fine.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite.
It doesn't have to be like straight from.
No, it doesn't have to be straight from Italy. Don't have to have 000 flour from Italy. No.
All right, sounds good. So let's tell the folks about Festa Italiana. When's it all taking place this year?
Festa Italiana takes place Friday and Saturday this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't have to worry about the rain too much because we do have a building and it'll be covered, and we also have a big tent where people don't get wet.
That is awesome news. So yeah, so Matt's talking about Friday, maybe some issues at some point, maybe a little bit later in the day. Saturday though, clearing out, so should be good too. Either way though, you guys have got it covered.
Yes.
We have it covered.
Both ways.
Absolutely.
That sounds good. All right, so we kind of showed us how to mix up that pasta. You're
All
also
right, so
what's next here? Go ahead.
So when that gets to a stage,
Yes.
and you have to knead that, and eventually it gets to a stage, and then you start putting it through the pasta maker. And let me just say, this is a phenomenal invention, because when my father first started making these raviolis, everything he had to roll this out by hand.
Wow.
Then the next big invention was the hand cranked pasta machine, and then so he didn't have to roll it out. I would roll, and he would feed it through. It was a 2-person operation,
Yes.
and it gives you a uniform thickness. It was remarkable.
I tell you what, let's tease the folks. Let's save that for the next segment. When we come back, we'll do that, because Chelsea needs to learn how to do this as well, so she can watch you guys in the kitchen.
Welcome back to Studio 10. We're in the kitchen with our friends Mark and Andy. Now we're talking about homemade cheese ravioli, y'all. And I told you guys earlier, I've never had homemade pasta before, so I'm really excited about this.
Well, today's the day, and you're going to get it made fresh right here.
I'm so excited. So you have some techniques. What we were talking about earlier, you were just showing me the texture changes on the pasta when you pull it through that machine.
That's right. Well, we showed you with the mixture, the cup of flour and the egg. You knead that up, and then you feed it through the pasta maker. Feed this through, and I showed Chelsea how the consistency goes from grainy and it gets velvety. You can feel it.
Velvety. That's
velvety.
A great word for it too, because it is so soft. It smells so good already. So we've got a lot of our pasta already made. So what are we talking about now?
Let's talk about the cheese mixture that goes inside. And that's also simple. I'll tell you what the regular recipe that was on posted on the TV, posted on the site. 2 pounds of ricotta cheese, and I like to use the whole milk ricotta. Then you use 1 cup of Parmesan or grated Parmesan or grated Romano cheese, 3 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese, and then 2 eggs, and parsley. Parsley, very important.
It's a secret ingredient.
Well, a lot of people think it's just a garnish, but it imparts a very subtle flavor to the cheese mixture. Then we also use the mixer for this too.
And we're going to mix that all together.
That's going to mix all together.
Yeah, so
Correct.
while Mark is mixing, Andy, I want to talk about this big event that we got coming up, and it's also a really yummy event too.
Yes, yes. Tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 6. It's at St. Joseph Church, which is downtown Pensacola on the corner of Spring and Government. And we will have every type of food that you can think of Italian. We're going to have spaghetti and meatballs. We're going to have shrimp scampi napoletano. We're going to have sausage, peppers and eggs.
Onions.
I'm sorry, not peppers and eggs. Peppers and onions.
Yum.
Lasagna.
And homemade meatballs. The lodge rolled over 2,400 meatballs each.
Oh,
So all hand rolls. And that's cooking up in the sauce.
already hungry and looking forward to it. Now, how can someone get more information about tomorrow and Saturday if they need it?
They can go on our website.
Okay.
It's soibuonafortuna.org.
Sounds good, guys. I'm looking forward to this meal. So the mixture is all mixed together. Next, when we come back with Joe, we're going to be putting it into the pasta and trying it out. So I'm so excited, guys. Thank you so much, Joe. I'm learning about the homemade pasta.
Earlier, there's an extra N in there, correct?
Yes.
We also have Andy Fricano here. They are representing the Sons and Daughters of Italy in America, and we're talking about Italian Fest, Festa Italiana in Pensacola tomorrow and Saturday. Guys, if folks haven't come before, they need to come on out. That's right.
Oh, they're missing something special.
Man, I can't wait to try this something special you're working on today. What are we doing here, guys?
Okay, so let me tell you the last part. So we got the cheese mixture all mixed up, and we've run the dough through, and actually I run the dough to the second thinnest setting.
The second thinnest setting. Okay.
On this, it's a 7. So it's been run through at a 7. So I'm going to show you how to cut it before you fill it.
You were showing a little bit during the commercial break. This is exciting. If you haven't seen this before, you got to watch.
So you want to make it. You want to make that you're filling a square. So you fold it over 2 triangles
to a triangle, and it opens up to a square. Gotcha.
Correct. Then we'll just do a couple of those here.
And this is the product.
Wait a minute. One. All right. So then you want to. When you're dipping it out, I always, even me, after all, I try to put too much cheese in. So you got to kind of regulate.
A man after my own heart.
Yeah, I try to get as much as possible, but there is. There is, because if you put too much cheese in, then you can't close the ravioli properly, and then it's going to leak.
Gotcha. You don't want leaky ravioli. That's what they always say, right?
That's what they always say. That's right.
All right. So you fold it over. There's 2 ways to do that.
2 ways. Some people like to do a triangle. I prefer the rectangle.
Yes.
Just fold it over, and you make sure you have a nice 3/4 of an inch to an inch of dough touching each other, just like that.
Since we're running out of time, can I try one of these up here?
Go ahead. We're running out of time.
Yeah, you can still do that. So tell us, guys, what do the folks need to know about coming out? Where is Festa Italiana? Do they need tickets? Do they show up? Give us all the good stuff.
Free admission. There's free admission. It's at St. Joseph Church in Pensacola at the corner of Spring and Government Street, 11 to 6. Tomorrow and Saturday, rain or shine, we have a community center, we have a big tent, so even if it's a little rainy, be able to keep yourself dry.
I've got several things to do after the show today. I've got some interviews. I've got some shoots I got to do. To my bosses, just cancel all that. I'm just staying here and eating that whole plate of pasta. It's all the rest of it is canceled. Guys, come on out. Check it out. Italian Fest. You don't want to miss it. Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome. 7 minutes in the boiling water. 7 minutes for the ravioli.
This is amazingly good. We'll be right back with more Studio 10 after this.